What?
You're somebody.
No. It's Kristen Ventron.
Hello! Hi, everybody!
Oh my god.
Welcome to the 2017 New York Musical Festival and today's performance of Dorian Gray. My name is Kristen and I am the director. The reading you are about to see is one of numerous festival offerings through August 6th. To find a full listing of our productions, concerts, readings, and events, check out the festival calendar in your program guide or visit us online at NYMF.org. You'll notice in your program an audience survey. As these shows in our beta musical series are still in active development, we want to hear from you. After the show, please take a moment to fill out the audience survey so the writers can get some feedback on what you thought. You can hand the surveys in to me or any other NYMF staff member after the show. These surveys are invaluable tools which our writers use to continue to develop the piece. Also, please keep in mind the accelerated pace at which these readings were rehearsed. Some of the material you hear today is being presented for the very first time. Following this performance, you can continue to support our artists by seeing more shows, telling your friends about the festival, donating or becoming a pass holder or patron, which gets you priority seating, and invitation to exclusive events.
You're doing great, Christian.
Thank you. There's a lot here. We would like to extend a special thank you to our sponsors, including Tink Productions, Theater Mania, PRG, Clear Channel Outdoor, The Village Voice, and the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment, as well as our partners, patrons, pass holders, and volunteers for their support. At this time, we ask you to turn off your cell phones. Recordings and photography are prohibited. Also, please take note of the theater exits in case of emergency. Follow the directions of house management. You will be able to meet the actors after the show outside the theater. They will meet you at the marquee. One last thing, on the back of your ticket stub, you'll find information on how to vote for the Show Score Best of Fest Award, decided by you, the audience. If you think that this is the best reading in the festival, go online and vote for it. Thank you and enjoy the show.
The artist is the creator of beautiful things. To reveal art and conceal the artist is art's aim. The critic is one who can translate into another manner or new material his or her impression of beautiful things.
Right.
Those who find ugly meaning in beautiful things are corrupt without being charming. Sounds familiar. Those who find meaning in beautiful things are the cultivators. For us, there is hope.
Okay, great. But what about those who find immorality in these forms of art?
There is no such thing as a moral or immoral painting, or song, or play, musical, or book. They are either written well or badly written, that is all.
No artist desires to prove anything, but the artist can express anything.
Vice and virtue are the materials for an artist. Thought and language are the materials for an audience.
From the point of view of form, the type of art is the art of the musician.
From the point of view of feeling, the actor's craft is the type.
All art is at once surface and symbol, mirroring the spectator, not life.
Mirroring diversity of opinion shows that the work is new, complex, and vital.
Well, we can forgive a man for making a useful thing as long as he does not admire it. The only excuse for making a useless thing is that one admires it intensely.
All art is quite useless.
Everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, it's there in front of you, calling out your name.
But you have a choice, one you have to make, no matter big or small.
to forget the tiny spark that lit that all-consuming fire.
In all of humanity, sanity, your inanity's out of control. Society's piety and their propriety yield to sobriety, cleansing the soul.
Is it just enough to simply say that you are sorry and confess all of your sins to any priest or bishop who will listen? What if I told you there's a way to live a life of sin and never be afraid of Satan's hold on you? Now tell me, would you buy it? May the Lord watch over you each day and protect you from evil that is coming your way. When it calls to you, what is it you'll do? Then try resisting it and be a stronger one, or give into temptation.
The studio was filled with the rich smell of roses. And when the wind stirred the trees in the garden, through the open door of the studio came the heavy scent of lilac, or the more delicate perfume of the pink flowering thorn.
As the painter looked at the gracious and comely form he had so skillfully mirrored in his art, a smile of pleasure passed across his face and seemed to linger there.
And his closest friend stood by his side, looking on in awe.
It's your best work, Basil. The best thing you've ever done. A portrait like this would set you far above all the young men in England. And make all the old men quite jealous. You must send it to the Grosvenor next year.
I don't think I'll be sending it anywhere.
You artists do anything in the world to gain a reputation, and as soon as you have one, you want to throw it away.
I simply can't exhibit it because I put too much of myself into it.
Basil, you flatter yourself. You're not in the least like this young Adonis. Tell me, where did you find him?
2 months ago, I went to one of those soirees in Berkeley Square. I had been there no more than 10 minutes when I suddenly turned around and saw Dorian for the first time. I didn't intend to tell you. I've grown to love secrecy. It seems to be the one thing that makes modern life mysterious or marvelous to us.
I believe I'm starting to rub off on you.
And that is exactly why I didn't mean to tell you. I don't want you seeking him out and filling his head with your hedonistic ideas.
Oh, Basil, I can always count on you for a good laugh.
Anyway, I saw Dorian for the first time. I knew that I had come face to face with someone whose mere personality was so fascinating that if I allowed it, it would absorb my whole nature, my soul, my very art.
Sounds incredible.
When I turned to leave, for some reason I couldn't. And then I stumbled into Lady Brandon.
A peacock in everything but beauty.
Well, she introduced us, and I invited him over and began this portrait. I've seen him practically every day since.
You've spent more time with your Adonis these past few weeks than I have with my own wife. You know, Basil, one of the charms of marriage is that it makes a life of deception absolutely necessary for both parties.
Harry, you may never understand art, as I surely will never understand your marriage.
Well, I'm afraid I must be going. Off to meet a man at the Orion about a business venture or something of the sort. Don't want to be late.
Harry, use the back staircase, please.
Are you trying to get rid of
No, of course not.
Basil, I couldn't possibly wait another moment. Is my portrait finished?
Dorian.
I wasn't aware you had company.
Dorian, this is Lord Henry Wharton. Harry is an old Oxford friend of mine. He was just leaving, weren't you, Harry?
Nonsense. We've only just met. It would be rude of me to leave.
Dorian is my dearest friend, and I will not allow you to take away the one person who makes life absolutely lovely for me and gives my art whatever charms it possesses.
Basil, don't make him leave. I should very much like to chat with Lord Wharton.
I'm afraid I must be going. It was truly a pleasure meeting you, Dorian.
Basil, if Lord Wharton leaves, then I'm leaving too. It's horribly boring standing up there. You never talk while you were painting. Please, make him stay.
But, oh, Harry, I cannot believe I'm about to ask you this. But will you please stay? To oblige Dorian. To oblige me.
But what about my man at the Orion?
You and I both know there's no one at the Orion. Besides, Dorian is right. I never talk when I'm working, and I never listen either. Please. I beg you, stay.
You've made a convincing argument, Basil. I shall stay.
Dorian, get up on the platform. I just need to capture the right expression on your face, and then I'll be finished in no time. I'll be right back. And don't listen to anything that Harry says. He can be a very bad influence if you're not careful.
I just remembered where I heard your name. It was my Aunt Agatha, yes? She told me a young man by the name of Dorian Gray was coming to help tend with her garden.
Lady Fillmore is your aunt?
Yes, she told me of an earnest, honest young man. I at once pictured to myself a horribly freckled, spotted boy with lank hair. Clearly I was wrong. Tell me, what brings you to London?
As soon as my parents died, I was sent to live with my grandfather. He would lock me in the attic for days at a time. And then he sent me off to boarding school. I vowed never to return to London as long as that man lived. Now that that wretched old man is dead, Lord Wharton, you must not tell a soul about this. As far as anyone is concerned, my grandfather had no heir, and I simply purchased the Blackwood estate. I'm even changing the name of it to Grey Manor in honor of my late parents.
Your secret is safe with me. So, Dorian, you've inherited a great fortune, you've returned to London. Tell me, what's an attractive young man as yourself planning to do now?
Boarding school doesn't leave time for the pleasures in life.
Nonsense. Every young man has wishes and desires. Tell me, who is the real Dorian?
Real me? No one's ever asked me that before.
The aim of life is self-development. To realize one's own nature perfectly. That is what each of us is here for.
Each and every day that passes is becoming more the same. I gaze into the mirror and ask, who am I? All my life I have been searching for my purpose here on earth. Will I know it when I find it, or will time pass by? Do I seize the moments that may come my way? Who knows where they'll lead? If I could find the answers, I could start a whole new life. No more wishing, wanting. I'd have everything I need. I don't wish to know my future. Just a glimpse is all I ask. To fires burning in my soul. Do I just stand here and wait? I can't change my past or know my destiny. With every choice I make, I could change my fate. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Therefore I'll seize the moments that may come my way. Who knows where they'll lead? And when I find the answers, I will start a whole new life. No more wishing, wanting. I'll have everything I'll ever
Sorry to keep you waiting. Shall we finish trying to capture the real you? Try not to move about too much, and I'll be finished in no time at all.
You know, Dorian, we may not control our destiny, but we do have control over what we do now. And you don't need to be doing philanthropic deeds to my Aunt Agatha all your life. No, you need to live a little. Carpe diem. Find your passion while you still have your youth.
Turn your head a little more to the left, Dorian.
Secrets of life to which you aspire. You know more than you think, but less what you desire. Think what could make your whole life have its feel. Go after it now and seek the thrill. Intoxicating, isn't it? Nothing can cure the senses but the soul, just as nothing can cure the soul but the senses. That is one of the great secrets of life. The smell of a rose can awaken your soul, spinning your senses right out of control. Just like a rose, time works against you, wilting away from the world you once knew. Are you as bad of an influence as Basil says?
There's no such thing as a good influence, Dorian. To influence a person is to give him your soul. Becoming a pawn in this endgame of woe. Your sins are simply borrowed, your virtue just for show. There is nothing like youth in this world. Live life with your inhibitions unfurled.
Basil, might I get some fresh air in the garden?
Oh, I'm nearly finished. Besides, the lighting on your eyes and lips is just perfect. I wouldn't want anything to change.
Does it really matter?
It should matter everything to you, Dorian. Someday you'll feel it. When you're older, you'll feel it greatly.
Feel what?
Realize your youth while it's still yours. For as you grow old, the world just ignores. Let no time be lost. It's now or never. Youth is the one thing worth having forever.
I don't know what Harry's been saying to you, but he's made you have the most wonderful expression.
Remember, Dorian. For there is nothing in this world but you.
finished at last.
Am I really like this?
Oh, you're exactly like it. In appearance, that is. But this will never alter. And that is something. As soon as you're dry, you shall be varnished, framed, and then sent home. I'll send you home in about a few weeks, and then you can do whatever you like with yourself.
We should celebrate. Perhaps the theater.
I've never been to the theater.
Never been. Why? To be deprived of the pleasure of the art is to be deprived of life itself.
Well, then I should very much like to go to the theater to try new things, as you suggested. You will come too, Basil, won't you?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly go out tonight. I need to stay here with you.
All work and no play.
Art is my life.
More like an obsession. Come, Dorian, my carriage can take you home.
Thank you, Lord Wharton.
Lord Wharton, so formal. We've known each other long enough. Call me Harry.
Harry, I trust you.
I wish I could trust myself.
That evening, Dorian accompanied Lord Henry to the Royale Theatre in Holborn, one of London's lesser-known establishments for theatrical entertainment.
Why, Lord Henry, a highly decadent man with exquisite taste, decided to take him there, Dorian did not know, nor did he seem to care.
Lord Henry quickly grew tired of the play, but then Isaac Feynman, the theater owner, introduced his next act, daughter of actress Amelia Vane.
Sybil's brother, James, who was about to enter the Royal Navy, watched the act from the back of the theater.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. In a moment, we will take a brief interval before the conclusion of our feature performance of J. Parcells' My Son's a Daughter. But first, ladies and gentlemen, making her debut at the Royale, my brand new discovery, the voice of an angel, Miss Sybil Vane!
Oh, where are you, my love? I've wished for you on the stars up above. I'll yearn until that day we meet, and my whole life is complete. Oh, love, come and find me, this I do pray, that day after day you'll take me away. Come swiftly, my love, come and fill my empty heart, and then never, dear love, shall we part. Oh, where are you, my
Ladies and gentlemen, oh yes. We will now take a brief interval before the conclusion of our feature performance. Thank you.
Is the theater always this beautiful?
Not always, Dorian. Never let a good thing go to waste. Good night.
Good night. Oh, forgive me, sir.
Quite all right.
Some act, weren't it?
It certainly was.
That was my sister up there.
Do I seize the moments that may come my way? Who knows where they'll lead? And when I find the answers, I will start a whole new life. No more wishing, wanting.
mother kept you hidden from me. We will be making such sweet music together. And for 3 whole years, thanks to this little contract right here. What do you want?
I was told I might be able to find Miss Vane here.
I'm sorry, only the press are allowed backstage.
I just wanted to ask her a few questions.
Ah, so you're a reporter then? Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? What paper you in?
The Times.
The Times? I'm afraid you'll have to come back another time. I have to get the stage ready for the second act.
Oh, please, Mr. Feynman, let him stay. I always wanted to be interviewed by a reporter.
We could begin the interview tonight and perhaps continue it another time.
I should like that.
Yes, well, suppose there's no harm in that. You have 5 minutes.
Miss Vane, I just wanted to come backstage and talk to you
Can
about
we
it.
expect this interview to be in the paper?
Early next week, I would imagine.
Shall we continue?
Oh, right. The interview. Miss Vane, I have a confession to make. I'm no reporter.
I know. You don't look like a reporter. You look more like a lord.
Far from that.
Or a prince.
Miss Vane,
Please, call me Sybil.
I'm Dorian.
Pleasure to meet you, Dorian.
She is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So you seized the moment after all.
Harry, you heard her. She has the voice of an angel. I've watched her sing to me every night since. I'll meet her at the backstage door and we spend the loveliest of times together. And then I walk home before her mother arrives.
But why so secretive?
Her mother plays Mrs. Goosequill in the play. She and the theatre owner are very protective of her. They mustn't know about us, at least not yet. I had to pose as a reporter to simply meet her that night. It was sort of fun pretending to be someone I'm not. Oh, to think, Harry, if I had left, I would have missed the greatest romance of my entire life.
The first romance of your life. This is merely the beginning. You're too young to be settling down with the first girl you meet.
Sybil is the only thing I care about. She is absolutely and entirely divine. I wonder who that could be. Excuse me.
Pardon me, Master Gray.
Is everything all right, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, everything's fine. I was just outside with the gardener, and he was planting some seeds for me in the garden.
I hope I can still tend to a garden when I'm her age.
Basil, is that my portrait? Is it truly finished?
It is indeed. Harry, what are you doing here?
Dorian invited me.
Would you come in? Please, Mrs. Lee, would you put some tea on for us?
Where would you like it, Dorian?
I'll go by the fireplace.
I don't know if it's the varnish or the frame, but I swear this portrait is alive.
So sad it is. I will grow old and this portrait will never be older than this moment. Let no time be lost. It's now or never. Youth is the one thing worth having forever. If only this portrait could change and grow old, then eternal youth forever I'll hold.
I'd give anything to get back my youth.
For this I would give
At a loss for words?
When I find I am growing old, I will kill myself.
What a horrible thing to say. This is your doing, Harry.
Mine?
Yes, and you know it. You should have gone away that day in the studio when I asked you.
I stayed when you asked me.
You both have made me hate the finest piece of work I have ever done.
As a dog, it would be murder.
So you do like it. I'm glad you appreciate my work at last, Dorian.
Oh, it's a part of me now. I can feel it. Would you both excuse me?
Are you all right?
I should go see what's keeping Mrs. Leaf.
Must you say things like that in front of Dorian?
In front of which Dorian? Explain to me again why you won't exhibit this portrait.
I told you when you were at my studio.
Basil, we've known each other a long time, and I can tell when you're not being honest with me. Perhaps you put too much of this portrait in you. I want the real reason.
You wouldn't understand.
I'm listening.
There isn't much to tell you, I confess. You know I've not been much of a success, but all that has changed. My work seems brighter, more real. You could say I found my muse. If only I could put in words just how I feel. Passion soars inside when he is near, and just like that, it's gone when he's not here. These feelings inside I've never felt before. For the first time I feel alive. My art is more than art when he is by my side. You see, Harry, art, it conceals far more than it reveals. Waking imagination, uncovering the truth within my soul.
And what is that?
The truth is that he is my inspiration. I gaze into his gentle, youthful stare, thinking of these moments that we share. I am under his spell with every stroke of my brush. I've tried so hard to paint his soul, and in return I think I've captured mine as well. Heart, it conceals far more than it reveals. Waking imagination, uncovering the truth within my soul. The truth is that he is my inspiration. Well, now you know. I've simply simply put too much of myself into this portrait. That is why the world shall never see my portrait of Dorian Gray.
I think you're wrong, Basil, but I won't argue with you. I'm off to meet a man from my youth at the Criterion. Ah, Dorian, feeling better?
Much better, thank you.
A little bit of fresh air does wonders for the senses.
You're not leaving, are you, Harry?
I'm afraid I must. I look forward to meeting Miss Vane one day soon.
Miss Vane?
Yes, a singer at the Royale. Dorian has fallen head over heels in love with. Goodbye, Basil. Dorian, do visit me on Curzon Street. I'm almost always home at 5 o'clock.
Harry.
So, you've met someone?
Basil, I've been meaning to tell you. We've only known each other a few weeks, but I know she's what I've been searching for my entire life.
Well, then I'm happy for you.
You have been such a good friend since I arrived in London. There are moments when I swear he is looking right through me. You have a gift, Basil, and I cannot thank you enough for mine.
Well, I should be going as well. An artist's work is never done.
Dorian, will I see you later this week?
Of course.
Goodbye, Dorian.
Goodbye, Basil.
Absolutely divine. The voice of an angel.
Oh, Mr. Feynman.
Thanks to my little discovery, we might be able to keep the lights on in this place a little longer. Oh, Amelia, I have such great plans for her. We'll soon be rolling in money. I can see it now.
Oh, Mr. Feynman. I don't know how to thank you for everything you've done for us.
Well, there is one small thing.
Anything at all.
Sybil is the most beautiful young woman I've ever seen. No doubt she gets her good looks from her mother.
Oh, Mr. Feynman, you're making me blush.
She is a treasure. I adore her. I can't imagine my life without her. She must be mine, Amelia.
She? What?
She must be my wife.
Oh, she's just a child. Mr. Feynman. Isaac. Are you sure you wouldn't want someone a little more mature? Keeping you company day and night. Loving every little bit of you.
No, I've made up my mind. She will marry me.
But, Mr. Feynman, she's...
Have I made myself clear?
Yes, perfectly. I will speak to her about this.
You're her mother, aren't you? Then make her.
Well, you're in a rush this evening? I didn't know any better. I'd say you were seeing someone. Their reporter, perhaps?
Oh, Mother, I can explain.
You didn't think you could keep this hidden from me, did you? I know you've been seeing him every night.
I'm in love with him, Mother.
In love? Don't be ridiculous. You're far too young to think of falling in love. You must stay focused on your singing. Mr. Feynman just now said that he has big plans for you.
We wouldn't need him anymore if I were to marry my Prince Charming. There's something about him, Mother. I'm drawn to him.
Are you trying to disappoint me? First, I'm losing your brother to the Harseys. I can't go losing you to a complete stranger.
Sometimes I think Jim is the lucky one, escaping from all this.
Sybil, Mr. Feynman has asked to marry you.
What? No, Mother, tell me you told him absolutely not. My prince
No prince will leave you when he tires of you, just like your father left me.
He is my one true love, Mother.
You say you found your one true love, well, good for you. But I wonder, Sybil, have you thought this all through? Listen to my words, take heed, he will leave you, they always do. Sybil, my dear, make the right choice. I know that it is only up to you to decide what feels good and what feels right on the inside. Do not make the same mistake. Think before you hurt my pride. Sybil, my dear, make the right choice. A life secure, a life unknown. You don't want to be alone. Think what's best for the family tree. Do not rush, take your time. Waiting is not a crime. It's as plain as it can be. Love will clear your mind until you're left behind. Sybil, please understand, nothing ever goes as planned, though you disagree, Trust me when I tell you that I've been through it too. I only ask that you might change your close-minded view. Our family's fate is in your hands. It's the hardest thing you'll have to do. Sybil, my dear, I trust he'll make the right choice.
Oh, it's so quiet this time of night. And surprisingly bright.
The room is full.
You know, I don't think I've ever been here this late.
It's my favorite time of day. No distractions, hardly any people. I often come here to escape the world around me.
Oh, to be able to escape the cruel world around us.
Something the matter?
Oh, it's just that. Oh, my mother knows about us.
You told her.
She figured it out.
And?
And I told her how much I love you.
She's all right with it, with us?
It seems love has finally come and found me. I know it in my heart that fate has brought us here together, and never shall we part. You are the music within me, the fire that ignites my soul. Love finds a way, day after day, to put in words what I can't say. Love finds a way, come what may, hand in hand until my dying day. I can't live without you.
Then I'll take you away from that lousy place. I'll find a theater on the West End just to show the entire world Sybil Vane in all her magnificent splendor.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
You are everything to me. In these moments we've shared with one another, you've made me feel brand new. The one I want to share my life with. Let's make our dreams come true.
My prince, are you proposing?
I love you, Sybil Vane. Say yes.
Promise you won't ever leave.
I promise.
Then yes.
Yes.
Yes, I will marry you.
You are the music within me, the fire that ignites my soul.
Love finds a way,
Day
after day,
day after day to put in words what I can't say.
Love finds a way,
From what may, hand in hand, until our dying day. I can't live, I can't live without you. Without you.
Cheery mood tonight.
Jim!
I watched you from the back of the theater again tonight. I almost didn't recognize my own sister up on stage.
Oh, you're just saying that. Can I tell you a secret? Come on. I met someone. A prince.
A prince?
We're engaged to be married. Oh, I can't wait for you to meet him, and then we will both be friends instantly.
What's his name?
Prince Charming.
What's his real name?
That's the only name he needs. Oh, you're happy for me, James, aren't you?
I can't be thinking of his sister the whole time I'm gone, getting involved with someone she doesn't even know.
Oh, Jim.
If any man wrongs me, sister, so help me God. I will find out who he is, track him down, and kill him. Or my name isn't James Vane. I swear it.
Oh, must you go? All the way to Australia?
I'm going to miss you.
Thank you.
For what?
For caring about me.
I don't have a choice in that, I'm afraid.
Our talk had very little effect on you, I see.
Mother, it's too late. I'm already engaged.
Yes, you are. To Mr. Feynman. Gave him my word, I was certain he'd make the right choice.
I did, Mother. My prince and I are truly in love. Love will open your mind and leave your cares behind. Mother, please understand. He has asked me for my hand, though you disagree.
you are so important, you. Yeah, Mama's got to work here.
Why aren't we dining at the Bristol?
I thought this was better suited to celebrate. I was his age when I first started coming here, you know.
Yes, and look how you turned out.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Harry, is this
a place to sit down, relax, and celebrate your engagement to Sybil Vane? Why, yes, it is. Perfect timing. One for little Basil, one for little Dorian, and one for big Harry. Toast to our dear friend, Mr. Dorian Gray. May he find the same joys and charms in his marriage that I have found in mine. To new beginnings. To new beginnings.
Now, gentlemen and ladies, a little entertainment for your continued pleasure. In Paris, I hear you can find true romance, but tell me why you'd want to go that far when you could find it here. Listen up, gentlemen. We've got only one rule. Never tell them this is where you are. Because you see that we pretty maids all in a row. We're here for you if you're ever in a low. Savor the high and watch your appetite. Always open if you want to come inside. All the pleasures of the night. Damn it, Kevin!
It's the music director.
A puff or a blow, a poke or a smoke. Welcome to my house of many doors. Ooh, well, what have we here? A new face, I believe. What'll it be, love? The pleasure is all yours. Oh, I pretty maids all in a row. We're here for you if you're ever in a low. Savor the high and whet your appetite. Always open if you want to come inside. All the pleasures of the night.
I think that's quite enough, Dorian, don't you?
Nonsense, a few puffs won't harm anyone. She's been eyeing you. Why don't you go talk to her? Just a simple pleasure.
Harry?
The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. Resist it and your soul grows sick from longing for the things it has forbidden to itself. He'll be back soon.
You've stolen him from me, Harry. He likes you more than he likes me. And you promised you would fill his head with your ideas. You promised.
Dorian will always be fond of me. Try to enjoy yourself. Do it for Dorian.
Good boy.
Pretty maids all in a row. We're here for you if you're ever in a low. Savor the high and whet your appetite. Always open if you want to come inside. If you want to come inside. Come inside. All the
propriety, yield to sobriety, cleansing the soul.
Understanding, Amelia. I mean it. Set a date for the wedding.
Mama, can't you do something?
Just have to do what we women have done for centuries, darling. Learn to love. Right, it's almost time to go. Come on. I love
you. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce at our interval the voice of an angel and my future bride, Miss Sybil Vane.
What?
Take a picture.
Sing, damn it, sing!
Just wake up a little bit.
Mr. Feynman, I want a refund.
Shut up. I've never been
She's just standing there. How dare you insult me?
What is wrong with you? You made me the laughing stock of the Dorian. I mean it. You will marry me, or else. Stop the music! Stop the music! My humblest apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It appears that Miss Vane has taken ill. We will now have a brief interval before the conclusion of our second act. Thank you.
I'm awfully sorry I made you two waste an entire evening.
We'll come some other night.
There won't be another night.
He's feeling better.
Oh, Dorian, thank goodness you're here. Please take me away.
When were you going to tell me
Tell you what?
that you were engaged to him?
I'm engaged to you and you alone.
He
Dorian.
called you his future bride in front of the entire audience. Do you have any idea how that made me feel? In front of my friends who were here to celebrate our engagement.
You don't understand. My mother promised my hand to Mr. Feynman.
Were you going to tell me before or after our wedding?
What has gotten into you? You're frightening me. And earlier, you were staring at me so coldly out there. I could almost see right through you. Oh, please, Dorian, you have no idea what I've suffered.
What you suffered? Tonight you put out whatever flame there was between us.
You don't mean that, Dorian.
Goodbye, Miss Vane.
I thought love was everything I wanted. My prince finally came. We would live
Dorian!
We must see.
Please, let us in! We came over as soon as we heard the news. I'm sorry for it all, dear boy.
You mustn't think about it too much.
Do you mean about Sybil?
Yes, of course. It was dreadful, but it wasn't your fault.
Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Did you make a scene with her?
Harry, I was awful, perfectly brutal. But it's all right. I'm not sorry for it. It has taught me to know myself better.
I'm glad you're taking it that way.
I want to be good. I want to honor my promises. So I've decided I'm going to marry Sybil Vane.
Marry her, but don't.
She is the only thing I care about. I'm going to marry her, and that is that.
To marry Sybil.
Dorian, have you not heard? Sybil Vane is dead. Your hand here. What did you say? I've no doubt it was not an accident. Though it must be put to the public that way. There will be an inquest, of course, and you must not be mixed up in it. Dorian.
No, you lie. This can't be true. What am I supposed to do? I can't believe it. What's become of me?
Did anyone see you going around to her dressing room?
I don't think so.
More importantly, does anyone know your name?
No. Only Sybil. Oh, Harry. What have I done? I was wrong to chastise her. This evening has been all a blur. I thought our love was surely meant to be. What's going on? I wish I knew. I was fine till I met you. Tell me now, what have you done to me?
I've been nothing but a friend. Don't even try to pretend. Everything I've ever done for you is all in vain. Forget the spell, just as long as my friend is my soul. Okay, how may I be myself? Get out of your control. No longer can I tell the difference from what's right and wrong.
Harry, I don't understand. Is this what you really planned?
Please, I do not want to fight. How can you say that I don't care when there are secrets you won't share?
Perhaps it's time for you to say goodnight. Both of you! Stop all this madness and get out!
Very well, Dorian. We'll leave. But I warn you, you have tasted the power of a corrupt soul. And I'll say it again. I'm not entirely the one to blame. Each of us has a choice.
Get out! So, I have murdered Sybil Vane as if I had cut her little throat with a knife. It's healed. Could I have even guessed those simple words I said in jest? Had the deep dark power to take control. I'll stay the same day after day as all my sins are washed away. There's no limit to what I can do. Within this warning frame forever lies my soul.
our trespasses. But deliver us from evil.
It is quite a lovely portrait, Master Grey, if you don't mind me saying. However, I could have sworn you were smiling in it yesterday when I was cleaning the dust off the frame, but it must be my old eyes.
Do you have the key to the attic?
Right here, sir.
I'm putting this up there. I don't want you or anyone else going up to the attic. Do you understand?
An inquest was held at the Ball Tavern regarding the body of Sybil Vane, a singer at the Royale. A verdict of death by misadventure.
Harry, please stop.
Forgive me for arriving early, Dorian. I wanted to give you this before your other guests arrive. And if Victoria asks, be sure to let you like the cigarette case. I should probably tell you Victoria is with child.
Harry, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Yes, I'm glad one of us is happy. Dorian, this is your night. I don't want to be an interruption. I best be going, but look at you. Come.
What a wonderful night for a birthday! Society all in one room is the perfect excuse for a soiree, and all of the gossip is here in full bloom.
I heard last week that Madame de Ferrol was seen going and coming in her new mink stole.
Tell me, good friend, what's so odd about that?
Arm in arm with Monsieur de la Chatte.
No, you don't say, does her husband suspect?
Good heavens, no, if he did, he'd object. But if what I just heard from dear Ruth is true, then he sings a word on the side too.
All humanity's sanity's vanity, keep your humanities out of control. Society's piety and propriety, is to society, painting the soul. What a wonderful night for a birthday! Society all in one room, it's a perfect excuse for a soiree, and all of the gossip is here in full bloom.
I see you've met my Uncle George.
Harry, I wasn't expecting to see you tonight. How was your holiday?
Never travel abroad with a 2-year-old, Dorian. On second thought, never have children. As soon as the little one is old enough, it's straight off to boarding school.
I can always count on you for a good laugh.
Oh, Dorian! Oh, how I missed you! Oh dear. Would you mind contributing to the Ladies' Tea Society this year? We could really use your help. And oh, speaking of, my dear nephew, have you seen Lady Brandon anywhere?
No.
Oh, that peacock! Strutting around here thinking she knows everything about everyone. You know, I could probably squeeze a few £100 out of her. Excuse me, Dorian. George!
Coming, dear. Agatha and her charity appeals. While the good woman thinks that everyone has nothing better to do than to write checks for her silly fads, I'll never understand.
George!
Yes, dear!
Cheers, Dorian.
Mrs. Vane, James, and Isaac relived the inquest of Sybil's death over and over.
Although the verdict ruled death by misadventure, Mrs. Vane never believed it.
Years later, the three found themselves at Bell Tavern, the same place where the inquest had taken place. Well, Scotland Yard still refuses to help.
No one saw anything, Mother.
Your sister was murdered.
It was that reporter! I know it. Thanks to him, I lost the Royale.
I'm tired of waiting. It's time we take matters into our own hands.
But we don't even know his name.
James is right.
Without a name or alibi, there's not much we can do.
That's where you're wrong. Now listen up. I've thought the whole thing through. We know he's a reporter, so we start there at the Times, and we question everyone till we guilt him of his crimes. We set the trap and lure him in to finally pay for this great sin, and Sybil's death won't be in vain. And we all are revenge.
And if that turns up nowhere, we will search in every park. We know he likes to go there every evening when it's dark. And when we find him all alone, we'll show him that his cover's blown, and Sybil's death won't be in vain.
We all are revenge. Forgive me, friend, but there's a flaw in your plan. We can't go searching round for some young madman.
What if we wait?
He will return, and then we watch him burn.
Perhaps you're right. Trying to find a prince in London may be near impossible. I made a promise to Sybil. My ship leaves in the morning, but I won't be on it.
James.
I made up my mind, Mother. Never will I stop searching for this prince. And when at last I'm through this chase,
and finally meet him face to face,
and rid the world of this disgrace,
we will have our revenge. Basil! So the prodigal son has returned home.
Hello, Harry.
7 years with hardly a word, and all he can say is hello, Harry.
Forgive me for not writing.
Are you home for good?
Only the week, I'm afraid. How's Victoria and the little one?
Victoria is around here somewhere. The little one is off at boarding school. One woman in the house was hard enough to cope with. You can imagine me with two. Tell me, how are things with you?
Well, not great, actually.
Well, nonsense. You're a world-famous artist now.
Was. I came here hoping that seeing Dorian might inspire me somehow. I came to surprise him. Do you remember when you turned 30?
I don't remember much about that day. Or the day after.
It seems like it's been ages for me.
Oh, well, you can put your theory to the test. Here comes your inspiration now.
Basil, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Paris.
Look at you. You haven't changed a bit. Here we are. Losing our hair and going grey. And you look exactly the same as the day we first met.
Someday you'll have to tell us your secret.
The three of us, back together again.
Dorian, do you know all these people?
Of course not. It's become an annual occasion to visit the Grey Manor on my birthday. I can't make it stop.
Seems like I'm missing out on all the fun. I couldn't help but notice that your portrait is missing. I'd very much like to see it again.
Basil, you need not look upon a portrait when I am here in the flesh.
Oh. Oh, dear God!
What's wrong?
It's Lady Brandon.
Basil, darling!
Yeah, you can recognize that voice from anywhere.
She sent me 15 letters in Paris requesting I tell her the moment I return so I can paint her portrait. Oh, if she knows I'm here, I couldn't possibly paint her portrait.
Why not?
Would you want to spend a whole week with her?
There you are, Basil!
Yes,
Happy birthday, Dorian!
Oh, what a lovely dress you're wearing. Oh, you know,
Thank you!
Basil was just telling me how he wants to paint your portrait.
If only I could remember your name, okay?
So you want to paint my portrait? What should I wear? Should I wear the dress I got for Christmas
Bring the
last?
dog.
Perhaps a hat. This is a tiara.
If you ever want an interesting quarter of an hour, ask Basil to tell you why he wouldn't exhibit the portrait he first painted.
Find a needle in a haystack.
We'll never find him. We gotta keep searching. He's out there somewhere. I can feel it. Forgive me, sir.
You're not real, you're dead!
Excuse me, I'm very much alive, thank you.
Forgive me, I'm so sorry. You remind me of someone here. Let me help you.
I got it, thanks.
Forgive me, I'm running late.
I'm running late too. I seem to have gotten lost. I've no sense of direction.
Where did you say you were trying to get to?
39 Grosvenor Street. Do you know where that is?
We are on Grosvenor right now.
Are we really?
Perhaps we're both late for the same party.
No. This is a party for an old friend of my father's, a Mr. Gray. And you couldn't be more than 20 or 25 at most.
You're too kind. What a pity. It would have been nice to spend more time with you.
Yes, it would have been. I'm sure my party will be incredibly dull.
All birthday parties really are, aren't they? Here we are, 39 Grosvenor.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be.
Well, it was a pleasure walking all 5 meters with you this evening.
Dorian?
There. I have an idea, Dorian. If we both find our parties to be dreadfully dull by 9 o'clock, let's meet back here and maybe go for a walk.
We have a deal? To his own party at his own house. Apologies, I took a walk and lost track of time.
What is that smell?
That's it. I don't smell anything. London air, I'll take it. Excuse me.
Dorian.
Basil.
I'd very much like to paint your portrait again. Perhaps you could stop by my studio this week.
Sorry, Basil, this week is no good. I promised the man I'd meet him at the Orient.
Oh, you sound just like Harry.
Do I?
Could I possibly see your portrait?
I heard when Dorian visited him, the Duke of Berwick, well, he stormed right out.
Ruth, dear, I know you tell nothing but truth.
He did, I don't doubt. I heard that Dorian goes to a shop over on High Street.
No!
Don't stare.
Good heavens, I hope not a shop where.
The mere thought of it always gives me a stare.
All of humanity, sanity, sanity, till your inanity is out of control. The society's piety and our propriety leads to sobriety and in our soul. What a wonderful night for a birthday! London society all in one room. It's a perfect excuse for a soiree, and all of the gossip is here in full bloom. Oh, Dorian, dear, 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 I would love you to meet my dear friend, Lady Ruth Narborough.
Dorian, you have a lovely home. It's so much nicer than when Lord Blackwood opened.
Oh, that Lord Blackwood, the old miser! I hated the man, and I don't hate men. And I always tell the truth.
Dorian! Lady Brandon, Lady Narborough, may I borrow Dorian for a moment?
Just one minute, dear. Youth and beauty hold so many secrets.
Dorian, there's someone I want you to meet. Come, don't be shy. Dorian, this is my daughter, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, Dorian Gray, a dear friend, and the toast of the evening.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dorian Gray.
Pleasure is all mine, Elizabeth. Yes, well, I'll let you two get to know each other.
It's 9 o'clock. It's a very boring party, isn't it?
They won't even know I'm gone. Come on. Keep your eyes closed.
Where are you taking me?
It's a surprise.
Oh, can I open them now?
Not yet, not yet. All right. Now.
I don't think I've ever been at a park at this time of day. It's so
Quiet.
peaceful. Oh, Dorian, look how beautiful the night sky is. A shooting star!
Oh, to be lost, and now to feel that I'm found. Could she be the one to turn my life around? I know it sounds strange, but seeing her standing there, would she take a chance? Could I give it all up to right my wrongs and clear the air with both of our lives intertwined? I could leave all my past behind. It's a new dawn of a new day. She's the one I've been waiting for, the light that will guide me safe to shore through the It's a chance to start all over. Don't let her slip away. Very glad you bumped into me tonight.
Excuse me, like you bumped into me. I wouldn't be surprised if I have a bruise in the morning.
Oh, nothing like Harry.
Is that a bad thing?
You have all the qualities of youth he wished he had when he was my age and saw in me when I was your age. For there's nothing in this world but youth, he once said to me. But there's a sense of sincerity and honesty in you that he does not possess.
It seems as though you know my own father more than I do.
Where have you been my whole life?
Funny. I was just asking myself the very same question.
Yes, it is true. I can't escape my past, but I've made up my mind. With God as my witness, I will change who I am and be free at last. With both of our lives intertwined, I can leave all my past behind. It's a new dawn of a new day. She's the one I've been waiting for. My God will guide me safe to shore, through the calm and through the storm. It's a chance to start all over. Don't let her slip away. Just where I left you. It's been a while, you know. I've changed. I'm a new person. Beth and I have been very happy together this past year. I had put you in the past. I decided to right my wrongs. Time has healed me, and I can only hope that it has healed you as well. This can't be true. I said I was sorry. Why won't you change? What is this here in front of me? This down-faced creature that I see? Can this mean my fate's forever sealed? It's not a blessing but a curse, for from beyond this universe, a tortured life remains my destiny. Never will my soul be already.
Never mind that. Winnie's here for you, and there's plenty of her to go around.
It's my birthday.
Is it? How old are you today, Prince?
38. Do you find that funny? Do you think I'm lying? Do you? Where do you think you're going? You are mine for the night! Get away from me! What is it you want? Money? Take it all!
Well, there goes the devil's bargain.
Don't you ever call me that again, or so help me!
Oh, right! Prince Charming is what you'd rather be called, ain't it?
So we meet at last.
Sorry, I don't know.
If you stare, I'll shoot. So you're the prince.
Who are you?
For years I have sought you without a trace or clue.
What do you want with me?
And just like that, well, here you
Let
are.
go of me.
So tell me what to do. Well, lucky night it is indeed. For me at least. Not so much for Prince Charming.
You must mistake me for someone else.
On my mother's deathbed, I vowed I'd hunt you down. And who'd have thought I'd find you here, the prince without his crown?
You are mad, sir!
Her blood is on your hands. There's no reason to explain. Now's the chance to have my revenge for the death of Sybil Vane.
When did she die?
18 years ago.
Then it couldn't have been me. Set me under a lamp.
What for?
Set me under a lamp and look at my face.
I know it was you.
You've got the wrong man, I swear it.
Don't have time for this. My patience has run thin. Do away with this facade.
Sir, if you please.
Get on your knees and make your peace with God.
Look at me.
My God, you were right. And I would have murdered you. Forgive me, sir.
Let this be a warning to you. Go home and put that pistol away before you hurt someone. And don't go thinking about avenging your sister's death anymore.
I never told you she was my sister! You can run, Prince, but you can't hide! I made a promise to me sister that if you cause her any harm, I would kill you! And I'm not gonna stop till the deed is done! Come on, face me like a man!
If I come out, you'll shoot me!
That's the way it works, I'm afraid. An eye for an eye!
I didn't kill your sister, I didn't kill Sybil!
She idolized you! Me poor mother, God rest her soul, warned her that men like you could not be trusted. Do you really think you can hide forever? I got all the time in the world! What's your name, Prince?
Dorian.
Well, Dorian, you got one shot left.
Make it a good one. What are you doing here?
You look like you've seen a ghost.
I'm fine. What is it you want?
Where do I begin? I came to ask you a favor. My art isn't the same anymore. It's lost the life it's once had. I was hoping that I could perhaps exhibit your portrait. It should be on display.
Why couldn't you exhibit it when you first painted it? Tell me why.
Did Harry put you up to this?
I have a right to know.
Very well. But answer me one question first. Did you notice something about the portrait? Something that did not strike you at first, but then revealed itself to you suddenly? Something you did not like. So you did. How is it that we have both aged 20 years, and yet you look exactly the same as the day we first met? Ever since that day, Dorian, your personality had the most extraordinary influence over me. It's hard to put in words just how I feel. At times I wish my feelings weren't so real. My wishes came true when you first walked through my door. I was happier than I'd been before. Oh, Dorian, I do admit I've worshipped you. You see, my art, it conceals far more than it reveals. Waking imagination, uncovering the truth within my soul. The truth is that you are and have always been my inspiration. I've missed that portrait. I've missed you. You were made to be worshipped. Forgive me. I see now that you're right. The portrait must never be shown. It was foolish of me to ask that of you. If you wish the greatest work I have ever done to remain hidden from the world, then so be it. But could I at least look at it first, please, one last time?
You mustn't ask me that again, Basil. The answer will always be no.
You have changed. Perhaps there are some truths to the whispers they say about you.
You believe everything you hear.
Before I could answer that, I would have to see your soul. But only God can do that.
Very well. Tonight, you shall see the thing only God can see, with all of its true colors.
Dorian. I'm only telling you what I heard for your own good. They say that you corrupt everyone who tries to get close to you, and that shame or evil of some kind follows you wherever you go. There's even talk of murder. But if you tell me that these things are untrue from beginning to end, I will believe you.
You are the only person in the world who is entitled to know everything about me. I keep a diary from day to day that never leaves this room. Draw that cover back, Basil, if you wish to see my soul.
You're mad, Dorian, and I won't do it.
I'll do it myself.
What have you done to your portrait?
Years ago, when we first met in your studio, you flattered me. You worshipped me. You taught me to be vain of my good looks. And then you introduced me to a friend of yours. He showed me the wonder of youth, and this portrait revealed the wonder of beauty. In a mad moment, I don't even know if I regret it now or not. I made a wish. No. I made a prayer.
What you speak of is impossible. The room is dark. The mildew has gone to the canvas. It is destroyed.
It destroyed me!
Good God, Dorian. It's all my fault. I worshipped you too much, and now you are being punished. Dorian, pray that your soul may be cleansed.
It is too late.
It is
Basil.
never too late.
Each of us has heaven and hell in him, Basil. Look at me!
Don't make me.
Look at me! Look at me!
I never want to see you again.
You never shall. Harry, what are you doing here?
Basil told me he was coming here to ask. What have you done? You've murdered our friend. Oh, this is a grave sin, Dorian. Have you no remorse?
Sin? Remorse? Since when do these things mean anything to you? I'm already dead, can't you see that? You see it? It was you. You did this. You taught me everything I know about what it means to stay youthful forever. We all have secrets in our past that we keep hidden.
So this is your secret?
You poisoned me. You tempted me that day we first met in Basil's studio. Everything around me is destroyed, and I destroy everything around me.
We can put all of this behind us. We can eliminate this evil.
You are absolutely right, Harry. We can eliminate this evil. Once and for all, Lord.
Something learned or with us all along.
all.